Well, I'm gonna eat my food. Me chill, guys.
Oh, hello there, Joe guys. How's it going?
Pretty good. Yeah, me some Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Got me a steak quesarito.
Mmm. Taco Bell sounds interesting right now. I haven't had Taco Bell in a while.
I was gonna say interesting. Taco Bell is the best.
The last time I
Taco.
had Taco Bell, I ordered it with no cheese and nothing on it, and then I just brought it home and like used my toppings at home. So I put like on my own cheese and stuff.
Yeah.
I was just like, I don't want to make tacos, but I also don't want like full on crappy Taco Bell tacos. So I'll just like I'll meet them in the middle here. give me the meat and the tortilla, and I'll add the rest.
That's so stupid.
Why?
You could have just got like quesadillas and then burger meat and everything else.
What? How does what?
What's the point in going to Taco Bell just for the shell and the meat and nothing else?
I didn't, because I wanted tacos, but I didn't want to have to make taco meat. I didn't want to have to cook. Right? I had the raw ingredients that didn't need cooking. That would be like take 30 seconds to add on. And I wanted tacos. I just didn't want to cook. So
Can we all just flame ham for this right now?
what's it is the worst part. I agree. Actually, no, their cheese is easily the worst part. They have the worst cheese I think I've ever had. It actually makes me gag. But I don't know. I wanted tacos. I just didn't want to spend 45 minutes cooking.
It doesn't take that long.
It takes like 16 minutes to defrost a pound of ground beef. It takes like 15, maybe 20 to cook it through. So 35, and then if I cook the shells myself, that's another 5 to 10 minutes. All right. Well, enough about tacos. Let's get into game 3. Both sides are ready. And they've brought in Slash Andy.
Woo! Bard!
Yep, that
Bard,
means
Bard,
if
Bard.
we don't see a Bard ban from DoV, we know what's being grabbed.
But to be fair, we have also not seen a Barda ban before, and he's played pretty bad, so...
He hasn't really had a bad Bard game this season.
Not like real bad, but there's been games when it hasn't been good.
Yeah. I suppose.
But to be fair, the rest of his team, I think, those games weren't doing that well either.
But yeah, we're gonna start seeing more bans thrown at Zog. We got the Urgot, we got the Fizz. And the Bard has come through.
Yeah, Urgot being pretty standard. Especially if you know Zog, you know he's been playing it, you know he's pretty good on it. He definitely did his job last game.
Yeah, and the Jax ban? That's bizarre. Yeah, I don't know why Business Trooper doesn't play Aftershock List. It doesn't even like lack that much damage. You don't gain that much damage from Comet or Electrocute. Like Aftershock List is just so much better.
I don't know if it was DoV last time too. I don't know why, but they're not the only team I have noticed that has banned Jax against Battlecast. I don't know why people are banning it versus them, because I'm pretty sure nobody on their team plays Jax.
Yeah.
It's like a ban that somehow randomly will come out versus them every once in a while.
Yeah, DoV probably gonna grab themselves the Zaya Rakan again. There it is. Worked pretty well for them this time. I kind of hope Battlecast focus on getting King D a good 80 carry like the Kai'Sa or the Jhin. Something where he can really start dominating on, because he did not have a super solid game with that Tristana. But it looks like they're going to grab Business Trooper, possibly the Ahri instead.
That's just kind of surprising. Think about it, Ahri being up for both sides, that they didn't grab it for also Zog too.
Yeah, I mean, I think they just really wanted to secure down the Zaya and the Rakan. They probably didn't need the Rakan. They probably could have done Zaya Ari, but Camille made it through for Crow, so he's gonna get on there, and Jin gonna be the first thing banned away.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and you can just start seeing more bans coming through from Battlecast, taking Zog's pool even farther down. Trying to put it on something like the Xerath or the Ziggs, perhaps.
Hopefully not Xerath, because despite being able to play Xerath, definitely one of his weaker champions of the pool that he has.
Right. That's what. Hopefully, that's Battlecast is hoping to get him onto one of those.
Yeah.
Right. A Fiora? What the? Does Doodle play Fiora? I've never seen Doodle play Fiora.
I think he's played it once.
I don't think Doodles plays Fiora. It's on his on his top 5. He's got like 20 games on it this season, but he definitely does not play that. He is playing a decent amount of Jax lately though, so that makes sense why they're banning the Jax. But the Fiora ban feels super out of left field for me.
I think he has played it once in 3-0, but it was like earlier on in the season. I don't think he really ever played it again afterwards. Because there was a game, I forget who they played, but he had like 3 or 4 champions banned against him. And so he picked Fiora. I think it was back when Vex was still in the season.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, something like a Cho'Gath, an Ornn, or a Poppy would do very well right here. Poppy, very strong into Camille, so hopefully that's what we see out of him. Kai'Sa is going to be the choice for King D. And Rusty is back on that Sedge. But yep, there's the Poppy coming through. And it's a very good matchup for Poppy because everything that Camille does is wall-based, right? She hops off the wall to jump to you. That lines, literally, it means she lines up between you and the wall. So as long as you get that steadfast presence off, you can just ear straight away right back into the wall. Or you can even catch her trying to go to the wall with it. So there's a lot of really good options there. Zog finding the Orianna for himself, trying to get that really strong combo game off.
Which is nice to see him on the Orianna. I believe that's another champion they really have not ran on him too often, but hopefully with bringing the Orianna back, that'll help them out because she is a very strong champion. She'll just have to be able to survive versus the Ahri. So hopefully not being hit by any major charms that cause kills. Because that'll be the biggest thing, is if Ahri gets a charm on Orianna, I'm pretty sure she just outright wins the match.
Essentially, yeah. I did fix the game. I updated it a while ago.
What happened?
He told me I'm still playing COD, but no, I fixed it. Like, I updated it like 3 minutes after. You've either had it loaded the whole time, or for some reason Twitch doesn't work.
Like when I went to it, it was League of Legends.
Yeah.
So I didn't see it on.
Sometimes you have to hit the refresh button.
Yeah, because sometimes Twitch is very laggy.
Well, no, it's just if you load it up, it's gonna stay that way no matter what until you refresh. It's not even about being laggy. It just doesn't refresh for you. Any of the changes, title, any of that. All right, what do we want to do for over under?
How about first inhibit?
Timer or team?
We could do timer. Maybe take a wild guess. 20. I'm gonna go 25 and a half.
I was gonna say 26 and a half, so we'll just say 26.
Okay. Since that seems to be generally when games break open. At least against these two teams so far.
Well, the first game, the first inhib went down at 22 minutes.
I'm gonna go grab me some more drink while the game's loading.
Listen to me disappear in the distance again as I walk away from my room, open the door, and not open.
Oh, what happened there? All right.
I'm back.
Welcome back, sir. Welcome back.
You like hearing me disappear into the distance again?
Nope.
No?
I actually cried on stream when I heard it. I was just like, I thought I was gonna get a moment of peace.
Oh, okay.
So what you eating?
It's Taco Bell.
Are you sure you're eating it?
Yeah, I'm just
Not just
folding
like...
the wrapper around the edge of the taco so that my stuff does not fall over my counter.
Have you ever seen those,
The bet is first in Hib at 26.5.
If you ever want to know what the bet is, you can do ! contest without the thing there. I fat fingered when I hit enter.
Yeah, do that. It'll work. It's like when I was trying to explain, I forget who was asking. I think it was Soccer. He was like trying to ask like how you do the bet, and I was like, do this, and then I did it wrong too.
Yeah. Beetle, though, gonna find a pretty early knockup onto Rusty. A little bit of a shame that he started the charge. That's actually gonna really hurt him in the beginning parts of the laning phase. Sure, they got damage off onto Rusty, but he gets to recall. It's not gonna affect him at all.
Yeah, and he'll still get back in time, so, I mean, not sure what that was.
Minions have spawned.
Basically, anybody that plays for BattleVex is a starter, so.
Yeah, I think the only person that's not a starter really for them is like Na Yoon Jin.
Yeah. Which I don't think I've seen play in like forever.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they are pretty fair about giving pretty much everybody a turn at playing.
Yeah.
There are actually, and that's not even just the LCS, it's like pro scene in general. There's a lot of teams that have up to 10 rosters.
10 rosters? Or 10 starters?
Sorry, 10
yeah,
people.
I mean, technical subs, but I mean, when you're using someone as consistently as someone else, they're basically a starter. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're subbing in. But yeah, I mean, Cloud9 probably the best example of that. They will swap between... They have 4 players that they swap interchangeably, so...
Team Liquid has 10 that they don't use, and now they're losing.
Yeah, Doodle, though, in a lot of trouble up in that top side. He's not level 2. He did get a nice charge off into the wall. A little bit of a shame that he also took Aftershock so far. I'm not a fan, but love to see how well he plays it in the long run. Crow's going to try baiting out a ward. Give him the scare. Make him think there's a ward there. That way they don't gank. But Crow is going to get a nice charge off, and it's going to be a pretty even lane for a good amount of time here. Once Poppy hits like level 4 or so is when she really starts winning that matchup.
Yeah, she also doesn't have her W yet either.
Right. Yeah, you want the W, and you want like a level 2 Q, because that's when like it really just starts hurting.
Mm-hmm. These Zero eSports is timed out list jungler. What happened?
He was being toxic.
Bliss, I thought you weren't toxic, sir.
Yeah, we try not to celebrate those things.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, even though he's losing the health trade, Doodle definitely has a good CS lead, and yeah, I mean, if Crow keeps going for these aggressive like E's, he's gonna find himself in a lot of trouble.
Ooh. Barely missing the hook there.
Yeah.
Could have been very scary for Donnie if had it landed.
Yeah, I don't know why Papa didn't go grasp.
Doing grass is like better.
Yeah, you get a lot of good trades off, whereas Aftershock isn't up consistently enough for Poppy's play pattern. And he's also going in for a bait.
Ooh. And it's also more guaranteed, too, only if you're actually using your E. But now Doodle actually kind of messing himself over there. I'm not sure why he tried to do that.
Not really sure what he's doing right now. He used his W late. His E was a little... He was trying to push the Camille under the turret so that she would take turret aggro, but the minion was already tanking it, so there really wasn't a point for that. So he really should have just gone for the wall. And then he... It's not hard to time Poppy's W up against the Camille, so... But this game is going pretty much the same direction that the other ones have gone, where it's pretty slow, pretty even for the first kind of 8 minutes. Then we might see one play start slowly giving a team an advantage.
Yeah, which generally the average time between these two teams seems to be around 10 to 12 minutes, where they really start putting out the gas at starting things.
Yeah.
So pretty much the first 10 minutes, there's
Ooh,
nothing.
but a hook lands. They're going to find a lot of damage onto Soccer. They're not going to get the Grand Entrance.
King
He's out.
D's
Soccer's
kinda
running
main
solo. All they need is another auto attack or two. King D gets the kill. It actually goes over to Slash Andy.
King D gets the kill, guys. Remember that.
It looked like he was about to. And then, what do you know? Andy ended up stealing it. But Doodle starting to use this lane advantage that Poppy has just innately via Kit. Who's...
Nah, Andy's just playing support, right? What happened?
Huh?
What about power?
Poppy's Kit is really good in lane versus Camille's. Donnie, though, trying to go pretty aggro here, taking a lot of damage.
Tasty.
Thanks for sharing.
No, I was just saying that Andy's playing support right and taking the kill, because if you don't take kills as support, you're not doing it right.
Oh, I thought you were asking. Andy's playing support, right? I was like, what kind of question is that?
Oh, no. I was saying he's playing it right. So I was like, what are you confused about?
No, yeah, the way you said it, it sounded like you were asking. I was like, yes, he's playing support? Yeah, I don't know. Doodle is playing this lane so passive, and he's got the health advantage, and he can always go aggro on the Camille whenever she wants. Like that, right? He just put himself onto the wall for absolutely no reason. He's pretty much going to die. Doodle's going to flash in, get the auto attack, right? Like, as Camille, you win this lane by doing nothing, okay? You cannot go to that wall ever, because he will just walk up with the steadfast presence. Now you can't fly off, and he gets the charge off, right? Sure, you can try and bait it out, but it's the counterplay for baiting it out is just walking at you.
Yeah, and even still baiting it out too, it can still get you killed because if you walk too far, you're still gonna get hit.
There's no point to even try it, right? You're gonna outscale. You're not a super strong early game champion, and if you're in one of the worst matchups in the game, Poppy destroys Camille in lane, then just take your losses, get the farm, and beat him in the late game.
Yeah, only take the small trades without using your E.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about, Spooter? Telling me to mute my mic. Toxic.
Ooh, Rusty, though, gonna get pulled in, hit up. He goes down fast. Wow, that was
quite the engagement. Like, they saw him for literally a split second, and Bubble just instantly flashes, pulling the ult, and then bringing him in. So just instantly dying after, not even having a chance to flash. He probably could have flashed, but at that point it was already too late, so...
Yeah, but a Thresh Hook is going to land onto Donnie. He gets pulled out of the Grand Entrance as well. That's another kill over to King D, 2-0. Getting the same start for himself that Soccer did last game. And Doodle's going to do it again. The steadfast presence going to be pushing him into the wall. I'm a little surprised he didn't use the charge right afterwards, because he definitely could have, but I think Doodle looks obviously uncomfortable on Poppy to me, and he's still destroying this lane, right? That is just how good of a matchup this is for Poppy, that you can literally be bad with the champion. And I'm not saying he is bad, but he's uncomfortable. I can tell that much.
Yeah, compared to his other picks.
Yeah, but...
Well, the Urgot didn't get counter-picked. It was banned this game.
No, like the Lissandra is considered a counter-pick to Urgot.
Oh, okay. That was weird. He, like, actually didn't go for that E, but she didn't have the W on.
Yeah, I mean, he could have cast it, but... Now he's going to go for the ult. Here comes Rusty Squeezebox, and the ult from Doodle goes a little bit wide. They should be able to find the kill, but the Aftershock might be enough. All he needs is a Q up. It's not going to be there, though. Now Andy walking up, trying to find a kill. A hook on to the 80 carry. Actually manages to land it, but no flay. Means no win.
However, them having still both sums other than Donnie, I feel like even if they played him in, then they would have just baited out a summoner, if anything. So I think he was totally fine in the spot that he was. Yeah, I always forget, too, that even though they ban Bard away, Thresh being one of the more better picks, and he has also other than just the Bard, so banning the Bard doesn't mean he's totally out of the game.
Yeah, no, Thresh is actually one of his better champions as well. It's not just the Bard like you're saying in Battlecast. Actually just going to go for a bit of a lane swap here, trying to grab a really early Rift Herald for themselves. Not really sure why, because I feel like Doodle was winning that matchup, like, besides the gank.
They could just be doing it for pressure, and then with Camille being the champion that she is, maybe they just want to completely take her out. So, unless they're just looking to use Rift Herald towards top now. Which they could do, and they can't really send anybody up there because there is nobody up there. Everybody's bot, and now he's actually
they're actually
using teleport bot.
They're gonna try and answer this lane swap with the teleport, but that really just opens up Battlecast to use this Herald immediately.
It pretty much just gives them top for free because now they have the Rift Herald. Nobody's there to defend. The only person going is Rusty. But technically, if they wanted to, they could just engage on him. So he actually can't even defend this. Like, he's totally useless here.
Right. And not to mention, like, and so they got the tower. Crow on the bot side decided to jump to the wall again. So he got under half health by Doodle. And, I mean, Battlecast just upped the tempo of this game quite a bit. They're going to be getting another charge off, trying to find a hook. And, yeah, just at that 12-minute mark, getting themselves a pretty good advantage.
Which, like we said before, pretty much seems to be the standard between these two teams. It's pretty much between 10 and 12. Interesting full-on engage, but...
Yeah, it was pretty close to working, but looks like they might go for it again. No, there's 4 here. They don't want this.
Even if he landed the flay into the ult, like, I don't think it would have mattered.
Yeah,
because they were just all under tower.
Yeah, Bubble Boy wasn't in position anyways.
Yeah, and Poppy getting tabbies, so now she's really just negating anything that Croa does, and I'm also going Sunfire first item. Once he finishes that, probably not going to do much damage, unless he actually finishes the Trini first.
Yeah, but a really nice shockwave combo into the Rakan in the mid lane. This is going to be a huge fight for DoV, but there's a Trooper. He makes it out, and Donnie's burning down. So far, it's just a Skarner that's died as Rusty Sweetrox is going to flash in and try to get a kill, but a lot of plasma is stacking up, but I think he's going to be just fine. They get the kill, stop the siege.
I wish the camera was over there. Like, we didn't even get to see that fight start. It was just all of a sudden a 3-man shockwave, and then engaged by DoV picking up the kill on Skarner, so...
Yeah.
Uh-oh. That's really... That's, like, toxic. I hate that engagement. That engagement is not fair. Thresh flay the Rakan W.
I think it's fine.
No. Not fair.
Oh. What is fair is Battlecast going to be getting themselves a second tower. Crow might actually have found his way onto King D, and Doodle just isn't even trying to help him. Just standing back, kind of just letting him die, and now he's going to be the next one to fall most likely as they chase forward to the hook shot again coming out, but Bubble Boy is here. That means it's just going to be Crow falling instead. They don't have the Skarner ult, but...
Yeah, Doodle not having any mana really couldn't do much in that fight even if he wanted to. I don't think he had any mana to do anything, so when he went in for that fight, it pretty much just was King D alone. So he did actually still almost have the win there. I don't know if he didn't have his W at the time, or like what happened there, but he could have actually probably got the proc off and killed him before he died, and then just maybe died to Sejuani. But it was still a trade, 1-for-1. So not too terrible. They're not going to lose anything off it either, so...
Yeah. Yep, still a good lead, though, for Battlecast, sitting about 3,000 ahead right now. Wanting to start getting some more towers for themselves. They do find a hook on to Zog. The cleanse has been used a little bit early as Donnie's trying to get in as well. Lots of CC being used on Ann. He's going to get pulled back in, and Donnie does get hit by the hook right before he dies. Skarner might be able to find something, but he does back out. Now Crow in the 1v1 versus Doodle is straight up losing it. All he needs is one more Q, one more auto attack. The burn might be enough as well. It's not going to be, though. As no, don't do that! Oh, God!
What are you doing?
Oh, he hit it too soon! And
But also on top of that, he was going that way. He was not even close to being out of range. He should have just went out towards the blue.
I think he might have been trying, but didn't pay attention. They find Donnie as well. The lockup there. The charm lands onto Sejuani. They're going to be finding more kills. The Stinger is going to be impaled, and that should open up a dragon as this gold lead has exploded even farther for Battlecast.
Yeah, now just after fighting that Camille pick, now they're just pretty much again steamrolling the early game. So it's going to be a matter of now if they can actually start getting objectives off this. So because now DoV is going to have to defend, pretty much just play the slow game again.
Yeah. They get the tower. Most likely, I don't see Zog getting here in time to clear out the wave and not getting Dove. So it's more gold over to Battlecast. And this is the most convincing lead we've seen at this time of the game, right? Game 1 didn't explode until 22 minutes. Game 2 didn't explode until like 30 minutes, right? It was dead even up until DoV, like, I don't even remember what DoV found that exploded the game for them, but it took a long time, so Battlecast have upped the tempo a pretty good amount.
They want to fight, I think, like 20-some minutes in bot lane. And then after that, they kind of got free dragons and slowly took their lead through mid lane pressure. Oh,
Doodle's trying to get the steal there, but not going to land on it. Now Slash Andy in a little bit of trouble. A nice box is going to stall this fight quite a bit. Crow has forced to run as Donnie goes in, get a nice grand entrance, knocks up two, but the rest of the team out there follow up. Zog does find the kill. Now the grand ultimatum on to Crow, but he's going to fall down.
Man, it's crazy. It's like, even though even though like DoV seems to have all this damage, like despite not really having any tank items, BattleVex still are taking like no damage in these fights.
Yeah, and they're gonna just keep going forward. Bubble Boy's getting dangerously low, and King D and Business Trooper just don't quite have what they need. The Killer Instinct in. Is it gonna be enough? He finds 2 kills. Trades his life for it though.
Still, I think a 2-for-1 to make it a 3-for-3 is still way worth it for BattleVex than it is for DoV there. Oh, 1 second.
Okay. I mean, Battlecast did actually drop their gold lead. It was about 4,000. It's back down to 3. And so definitely not the ideal situation for them taking that fight in that manner. And it had looked fine, but they just got split up, and Andy can't be walking up by himself like that. They have to be able to couple the whole team in when that's going on. So team just as a whole needs to work together a little bit better. Big PowerPoints right now for Battlecast being King D and Doodle. The old Vex members having pretty good games. I'll have to see if they can actually translate it. While DoV, with this really heavy wombo combo comp, they've got a lot of ways to get the Oriana ball in, lots of other CC regardless. They're going to be able to get good fights off as long as it's on their terms. If they get hit by an early charm, Doodle finds his way in. If Bubble Boy gets a snag off, it could be pretty dangerous. But what a hook from Andy. Doesn't manage to find the flamethrower, but the Killer Instinct's going to be enough for King D to find the kill.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back, sir. And another hook is actually going to land onto Soccer. Now King D trying to run away from that Oriana. Kind of the big scary point right now is Zog on the Oriana. Lots of damage coming out from him.
Yeah, I just got a phone call. Anything?
Nice, nice. Was it pleasing?
Kinda. My buddy got his RAM today, so he was just asking me if there's anything he needs to worry about, and I was like, no, it's pretty much just plug in and play.
Nice.
Unless your motherboard actually can't handle it. Then you might get a blue screen error, but that's probably about it.
There's a little bit that there's to know. Actually, there could be quite a bit to know about RAM, but...
Really, the only thing you need to know about RAM is if it's compatible with your motherboard or not.
And which channels to put it in. We are going to see a fight, though. Donnie's getting really low, but they managed to disengage, and the flash out of the shockwave saves Battlecast's lives. They still manage to find the tower. Now Doodle wants to head back in, but you're all by yourself, buddy.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Zog there. Could have been a really nice turnaround on King D and Andy, but getting the flash out, not really being able to land it. No, it's a cooldown burnt, but they did get the flash, so maybe next time you should be able to land it.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see what happens
but
here.
Thresh hooks landing left and right. Crow's going to get so low.
Nice
Forced to use his ult to try and disengage. And Donnie's going to try and get back in as well. The pullback from the Skarner. He's getting so low, but Rusty Sweetbox starting to tank up for him. Now they might be able to try and turn this fight around, but the Permafrost is going to be landing. And a little bit of a disengage from Doodle.
Unfortunately, again, with Zog just using his ulti earlier, if he had it there, that could have been the turnaround fight. They're all so low, but not having that shockwave really kind of hurt them there.
Yeah. And it did just come back up. He's got quite a bit of CDR, so it is a pretty short cooldown, but a little of a shame he didn't have it right there.
Yeah, I was gonna say it might be short cooldown, but it's still not short enough. So not until he at least hits 30% to where it's at that probably 63, 65-minute mark, or 65-second mark
Yeah.
of wait time.
Yeah, he is at 30% right now.
Oh, he is at 30.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ludens gives 20.
Oh,
He might
does it?
even be at
Holy
40.
cow.
I don't know if he has Transcendence. It doesn't say.
No, Ludens only gives 10.
No, it has 10, and then it has a unique passive of haste. So it's a
Yes.
10 flat and a passive of 10.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's really weird.
That is weird. Why is it like that?
So they don't want you to be able to stack the same items that have CDR and get a ton of it easy. So that's what the unique passive is, and then the item itself just has 10.
Yeah. Ooh.
Crow, though, looking like he wants to go aggro, but just going to get fresh hooked in. Zog does have his ult. Not going to be landing onto too many people as he's burned it already. Donnie, though, with the great disengage. The quickness helping so much as the Glacial Prison going to land onto Doodle. He's burning down KD. He's forced to run. No, don't push them into the Kaiser. They are just losing this fight. Battlecast are going to be losing so much here, possibly even giving over a Baron. They don't manage to pick up a single kill in that fight. They didn't have Skarner or Business Trooper there, but now Soccer needs to worry. He's going to get hit by the stun. Lots of damage coming on him. The charm not going to land onto Zog, though, but Business Trooper, no, you need to land those skill shots as Rusty Squeezebox. He's going to fall down. Now King D looking to re-engage, but he shoots the Void Seeker backwards?
Yeah, unfortunately,
And
he ended
here
up trying
comes
to go for...
Crow diving in.
Unfortunately, he ended up trying to go for Oriana there instead of getting the person that got pulled, so he, like... was like distracted by the people off to the side. He hit Zog, but then didn't kill Zog, and then Soccer just basically got away for free after getting Skarner pulled. It was very interesting that I'm surprised he didn't just try to burst down Soccer while he was suppressed there.
Yeah, definitely probably could have gone for the easy target and then turned focus there. I think that was definitely a little bit of a misplay. Battlecast, though, not deterred. They're going to be going for this Baron. They shouldn't have actually grabbed that Skarner zone because that did just alert DoV to the fact that they're on this right now. But Rusty Squeezebox nowhere in sight. Camille's been ejected, so this is going to be a Battlecast of Baron at 25 minutes.
And we are 1 minute before seeing the first inhib, so hopefully they get it within the first minute. Otherwise, you're all losers, whoever voted under.
Who all voted under? Most people voted over. One person voted under, I think.
Okay.
But Battlecast in a pretty good spot. I'm a little sad that Doodle went for a dead man's on... So Poppy does like mana quite a bit, and the movement speed from dead man's is nice, sure, but it's not going to be nearly as big of a deal as a Righteous Glory.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you could have gotten like Righteous Glory if you're worried about move speed.
Right. It gives you the move speed. It gives you the mana. Very useful item.
Gives you CDR, too.
Gives you CDR, which is also very nice for Poppy. So a little bit sad to see. I don't know. He really just builds Deadmans on like any character I've noticed. It's a little weird. He really likes that item.
He's like the player that like loves Deadmans, where like all the other top laners are like, oh yeah, we just go for
because it's a bad item. But Crow finds his way onto Andy. I don't think you actually want this pick. He's going to get pulled back, and Andy trying to slow down the rest of the team. The Shockwave's going to only land onto Skarner, and Crow trying to re-engage, but another engage from Donnie. Going to be knocking them up. Crow's burning so low. Business Trooper into the backside. He's going to fall down to Soccer now. Rusty's the next on the line.
Soccer's getting damaged.
They're still winning this fight, but Kai'Sa is topside, taking the base right now with the Baron. She's looking to go for this inhib at the moment. They just traded 1 for 2 and got the inhib off of the split pushing Kai'Sa. He definitely needs to back off now because his team hasn't seen the enemies, but...
Yeah, now they're possibly even going to lose this bot wave here, too. So, I mean, they left bot alone. While it is only Skarner, Poppy, and Thresh, like, they still do it decently fast if they have a wave there.
Yeah, they definitely just need the wave. I don't know if they'll be able to get it. Kai'Sa is actually coming up, so most likely will, but Battlecast starting to stretch them just a little thin. I do believe that was under, but yeah.
Yeah, that was under.
Or no, over, yeah. I meant to say over, yeah.
Because it's 26 and a half.
Yeah, it was like 30 seconds over.
Yeah. Very, very close. But still no cigar.
No cigarrito. Battlecast, though, probably staying around just a little bit too long. They should really recall because they got a lot of gold. Or they can find the hook onto Soccer. He's going to flash out.
No,
And Doodle,
but
with the flash in, is able to push him into the wall, but it doesn't matter. They're finding their kill onto Rusted Squeezebox, and Crow in the backside as well. Wants to try and get the kill off onto King D, but the Killer Instincts, that shield is so big! And they get 2 kills. Gonna be able to push up onto this tower now with no tank frontline. Zog, no ult either, and the charm lands onto him. Thresh, hook, lands yet again. Slash Andy is popping off this game, looking like Jack Troll out here. They're gonna be pushing up onto even more of DoV's vase after that one.
Yeah, these hooks that he's landing are just back to back to back to back. He's just landing so many hooks on this champion, and it's like they keep walking up, like thinking he's not gonna land them, and they just get caught one after the other.
Yeah, and now with the base in shambles already, they're pushing up with the Baron, trying to get some control. I don't think DoV are gonna be able to defend this Battlecast. Gonna go up 2-1, taking DoV to set point.
What was that? Did you just get that too?
Get what?
Like where the Nexus, and like everybody like respawned like on the Nexus, and then it like re-exploded. If that makes sense.
No, I also didn't really pay attention to what you were saying, so sorry. I was reading something. But, well, okay. Well, Battlecast take game 3. I think that was the fastest game so far. Game 1 ended at about 31 minutes, so it was a little slow-paced, and then they kind of just exploded and won the game again.
Yeah.
I'm thinking for MVP / Andy or King D, but I'm mostly thinking Andy.
Yeah, I'm thinking Andy this game. I mean, his like while he doesn't have like that much like at all, like his hooks that he was landing were just outright insane. Landing all of the picks that he needed to.
Yeah. Just everything landed from him. Always got the engage off. Started so many good fights for them. And I mean, if Andy plays game 4, DoV has to sit there and wonder, do we have to ban Bard and Thresh now?
Yeah. Because I mean, both champions he does play really well on.
Yeah. For sure.